Didn't have Steph, I would have been like every other NBA coach and lasted a few years and then, gone somewhere else and coached somewhere else. So I'm incredibly lucky to have this partnership with Steph.
Listen, success happens when preparation meets opportunity. SA, quick take. What do you think of Steve Kerr's comments?
Very humbling comment coming from him. Steve Kerr is one of the top 5, top 6 coaches in NBA history. He is that great as a coach. He has proven it. But he ain't lie. He ain't lie. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter God has ever created. 883 more three-pointers made than any player in NBA history. A career 42.3% three-point shooter, minimum of 2,500 three-point attempts, okay? And the #1 free throw shooter, 91.1% all-time in NBA history. He is 37. He still moves without the ball, still in incredible shape. He is a model citizen. He is phenomenal. And oh, by the way, you ready for this prediction? I know we talked about LeBron James one day owning an NBA team. If Steph wants to, the owners would gladly, Board of Governors, invite him in before anybody else, including LeBron James. Steph Curry is that dude. And a 4-time champion and 2-time league MVP, by the way. He's that dude.
You know who butters your bread.
Hello?
Like, it's just really that simple for me. I know it's a partnership,
That's
but
right.
hey,
And right.
you got to have somebody go out and execute.
That's right.
For the record, prior to Kerr's comments on that podcast, the podcast was discussing Greg Popovich, who used to toast to Tim Duncan when he took folks out to dinner. So I think it's great for incredible coaches to have great relationships with great players.
Absolutely.
I want to see the Warriors back in action with Jimmy Butler with a full training camp. They were so good with him on that roster before Steph hurt that hamstring. And I know the Kuminga situation has dragged on all summer. It's gotten kind of ugly, but I expect him to be back on the team. And even if he isn't, Steph and Jimmy together have been great. And so I want to see how they come right out of the gates, because the last few years they haven't started fast, but this year they have the potential to build up a nice lead in that West.
Who are the champions, my friend?
That would be the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The last time, you just talked about the Warriors, the last time there was a repeat NBA champion was back in 2018, the Golden State Warriors. It has not happened since. Do these Oklahoma City Thunders have it in them to repeat?
Personally, I wouldn't want to be on Draymond Green's enemies list. Alperen Sengun might be. After this poster, I'll be. The Warriors host the Rockets on November 26th. Faces make their returns to their former homes, starting with LeBron James back in Cleveland. King James makes his lone visit on January 28th. He's the Cavs' all-time leader in points and helped Cleveland, of course, overcome a 3-1 deficit to win that 2016 championship. Next up is KD leading the Rockets into the Bay to take on the Dubs. Durant was a 2-time NBA Finals MVP with Golden State back in 2017 and 2018 before leaving in the 2019 offseason. Durant has won in 3 of the previous 5 trips back to the Bay since that move. And then Anthony Davis will take the court in LA against the Lakers for the first time since being traded last February. Davis, of course, spent 5.5 seasons with the Lakers and was a key member of that 2020 title team in the bubble. And on the other side of that Davis deal, of course, was Luka Doncic. And what was the most shocking move in recent history? Luka will head back to Dallas for the second time since Nico Harrison and company decided to move on from the 26-year-old. He had 45 points the last time he was in the city, where he spent the first 6.5 seasons of his career. In his first return, we saw a very emotional Luka, understandably so. Perk, how do you think round 2 is going to play out?
I mean, I think it's gonna be settled in. He's still gonna want to go at them. Obviously, you always want to go at a team that you know that you played for, that you thought you was gonna be there for long term. But I'm looking at the bigs, right? I think this is a big test for DeAndre Ayton and see where they stand, because you're going against that front line and Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Daniel Gafford. So it's definitely gonna be must-see TV. Luka is definitely gonna have it on his mind, but I'm looking at the bigs and the war down low to see if DeAndre Ayton could fill that gap that the Lakers been missing.
You know, oftentimes with like heralded #1 picks, they got too much hype. I don't think Cooper Flagg is getting enough hype. I think we should be talking about him more. I think he's going to be special, Captain America. He's just going to be something that will make it. You'll never forget about Luka, but they'll make them feel better. And I think he has a chance in this game to steal the headline and have the first major significant moment of his career.
UD, what do you think? How is this going to go over?
I mean, I'm going to take a page out of my late great mother's book, and it's time for Luka to forgive, but not forget. You go out there, you put your team in the best position. You've already started the process of being your best version. You've lost the weight. The Lakers put that money in your pocket. You just make sure your team win the game and continue to put the Lakers in the best position to make the playoffs and go from there. At the end of the day, it's real hard for me because I still hold grudges from middle school. But I'm going to say don't take this so personal, Luka. Just move on, put the Lakers in position. You're the guy in LA for the next few years, man. This might have been the best thing that happened to you. Another thing from my grandmother, a blessing in disguise. Use this to be your best version and build on it.
I think it will be, and I'll say this. We've seen the revenge body. We've seen all the stuff he's done this summer. I think it's time for him to turn the page. He's really leaned into being a Laker this summer. He committed to them. So his story is always going to be about that trade and how he responds to it. And so this game at some point will just be another game. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but it's heading in that direction.
All right, and in case you missed it, Nico Harrison visited Pittsburgh Steelers training camp this week for the second year in a row. Mike Tomlin posted this photo on his Instagram page saying, "Loved sharing ideas and talking hoops with these guys. Always a pleasure to have them at camp," end quote. No doubt the Steelers and the Mavs have pressure on them and this upcoming season.
Kings were there too.
Speaking of that, yeah, they look like they had a good time. To no surprise, the Thunder are the favorites to win it all again, but we know nothing is for certain in the NBA. We haven't had a repeat champion since the Warriors in 2018. Take a look at this, and with the schedule all out now, I hear UD has a list of the 5 players he's watching the closest this season. What do you got for us, UD?
Well, listen, I know we like to rank everything and everybody likes to have your opinions, but this is in no particular order for me. This is me sitting back as an OG, as a guy who's won championships, wanting to see these young superstars take the next step of leading their team into a championship. So I'm going to start off with Trae Young, my first guy, Ice Trae. Love Trae Young, huge fan of Ice Trae. This is a guy who has led the league in assists and total assists throughout the season. Now you have everything you need. You go out and you go get Kennard, who's 44% from 3. You make the trade for Porzingis. You got your young coin, Jalen Johnson, and Rosh Hashanah, however you say his name, excuse me, I'm sorry, Zachary Rashashi. You have all these pieces. Now, are you going to make Atlanta? Listen, I messed up his name. I'm sorry. Listen, don't be mad at me, Perk. I took a page out your book.
That was brutal.
Yeah, that's all good. Well, listen, I took a page out your book, Perk. But listen, at the end of the day, now, Trae, you've made the first step by staying and being with these guys over the summer and not going to that Jordan camp and starting that leadership. Now can you put these guys in position to make Atlanta relevant again in the basketball world? So that's what I'm asking for Trae Young. My next guy, Paolo Banchero. You've been an all-star. To me, in my opinion, the Orlando Magic have been one player away the last couple of years. I love Mosley. I love Suggs. I love the dogs that you have in that locker room. Now you go out and get Desmond Bane, who gives you more space for you to dominate your one-on-one matchups, who gives you more space to make plays for other guys, who gives you another guy who can also run the point guard. I'm looking for Paolo to make that step to put Orlando in the conversation of being the best team in the East. Now, Donovan Mitchell, number 3. Disappointing season. You've said all the right things. You've let that pain sink in. You've talked about being a champion before becoming a champion. You've done the things to prepare. You go out and get ball. You go out and get size with Hunter to guard these guys. Now, do you take that next step in the East that is wide open? I want to see Donovan Mitchell put the Cleveland Cavaliers either in the Eastern Conference Championship or in the overall finals to put them in the championship to win the NBA Finals. Number 4, my next guy, Ant-Man. Love you, Ant-Man, but you've been to the Western Conference Finals. You've been to the Western Conference Semifinals. We've put those pieces around you. You got Julius Randle for another year. We went out and got the 6th man of the year and brought him back again to help you again. Now you got Terrence Shannon Jr., a young stud out there. You bring back size in the paint. You have these things. Now, do you take that next step, Ant-Man, in a West that is loaded with talent? I want to see Ant-Man take that next step and put that team, the Minnesota Timberwolves, in the finals this year. My last guy, SGA.